Okay. Let's have a look today. It's already moving quite quickly. So here I am kind of bearish for those equal lows. I've been looking to NZD Canadian and Australian dollar Canadian. I did some trades there, but yeah, first one I entered a bit too soon, and then this one I've entered, but then after TP1 I've entered too late, so my stop loss and profit was hit, so not that much profit on that one. So I'm really seeking some trades here. I had this one. If this one inversed, I think it was on the 15-minute, yeah. So this one inversed and is already going right now. So this was your entry when it closed. And then, yeah, it already took my first target price. So it took out the low here, and then you have this fair value gap, and then it's flipped, and then it moved. So no trade on that one. I'm still kind of bullish on NZD Canadian, based upon the equal highs here, based upon this move. The weekly is looking bullish as well. What do we have here? Daily bullish candle. So yeah, I am still seeking liquidity here. This is the liquidity zone, so I will be looking for a long again on that one, because that's basically the only chart that stands out to me. So let's have a look if we can get an entry on that one. So the 4 hourly has this fair value gap, so it tapped into that fair value gap. What else can we see now? Let's just check on the 3 hourly, nothing, but on the 2 hourly we have this fair value gap here. And if that one closes, then I would like to see liquidity up top here. So that's within 1 hour. So within 1 hour, if it closes beyond this fair value gap, you have to target this zone, and this is worth it. So this morning I was trading NZD, and the problem is your first target is your first swing high. So this is your swing high. Left you have a lower wick, and right you have a lower wick. So this is worth it. If it closes like this, the range is good. But to give you an example on NZD Canadian, it was the same, I think, but on a lower time frame. Let's see where it was. I think it was on a 15-minute maybe. Okay, so it was this one here. You have this fair value gap, but the first target is here. So this is your swing high. Left lower, right lower. So you have this fair value gap flipped, but that's not worth it. So this would be your target price 1, and then you take half and take your stop loss and profit, and then it returns. And there are many of those setups that you need to be careful of. So the range needs to be big enough for it to hit TP1, because TP1, a swing high, it can reverse back down there, so you have to be careful. So I'm just going to wait for 2 hourly here to flip, and then I will take that long. So I'm just going to place an alert here. We have silver. I'm still looking at silver because yesterday, what happened here? You have this fair value gap, rejected another time, came back into liquidity, and now we have this open fair value gap here. And that's also worth it because it tapped into liquidity and your target is up there. So if that one closes, and it's on a 2 hourly as well, so let's check the 3 hourly. The last, no, it's a 2 hourly that you need to look at. So it dropped into liquidity. It's best if we just tap into this monthly and then flip this one for target, for this target. So if you look on the monthly chart, we have a monthly support down there. Over here, lots of wicks holding that price up. Okay. So daily break of market structure, and then we have the bullish end pattern that can occur. It can definitely go lower here to the daily as well, but we will look for this 2 hourly flip. Best case scenario, we go to the monthly and we flip that one, but let's just place an alert here. This move is quite worth it, and we never know how far it will go. So it has to be worth the trade. In Q, yeah, like I said, it's very bearish, and it will be difficult to get an entry. Maybe on the 1 minute chart later on, if it makes a structure. This was an entry over here, the flip, but then your first target is that one. So is it worth to trade it? If your bias is bearish, yes, which it was, but it's best to make the trade worth it. So the range needs to be big enough. Although, yeah, I'm looking at those equal highs here, equal lows. Anything else? Let's have a look at Euro USD. Okay, so that was your liquidity level, and can I see something? Not on a 3 hourly, not on a 2 hourly. I see this fair value gap, and then you have to ask yourself, if this one flips, is it worth to trade it towards this one? Not really. You have equal lows here, so rather think that this might go a bit lower. It's not really worth trading, in my opinion. Equal highs here, probably push towards that level and then come back down. But I'm really looking to find good setups. This one took out the high and then closed below this one, so your target would be in this zone. So there is no entry there. The daily of Euro GPY basically could still make that bullish end pattern. So we did close below this fair value gap, but we swept the low here. So this is your low already. So you have the bullish end that could occur. What happened next? We made some liquidity up top here. So this is your liquidity zone. It will be difficult to breach, but once it does, it will flip for higher. We have the daily fair value gap. You can clearly see daily fair value gap over here and over here. So it might tap into this and then go higher. Let's see on the 12 hourly. Yeah, you have those equal lows here. In the daily fair value gap, that might be interesting to see if we can flip that. Maybe, did we take that low? We did take that low, but I would like it a bit more down, maybe hit that daily fair value gap here, and then the flip for that long. But maybe let's just see how it goes here, because it did take out that low. But yeah, you can clearly see nothing on the 10-minute chart, nothing on the 5-minute chart probably. Yeah, very choppy. You will have to wait. I would like to long this one a little bit lower. Australian dollar, euro, Australian. What can we see here? So it took out the high here. Liquidity up top, equal highs as you can see. Weekly fair value gap. What does the weekly say? Took out the low. It's trying to flip this one. So if it flips that one, you're looking for the highs up top. Will that happen? We don't know if that will happen. So if it closes above, then we're looking for lower time frame trades all the way up here, because what do you have here? Equal highs. So that's going to be the target then. But currently we could still move down. We are beyond these highs over here. Check the daily. What does the daily pattern say? The daily pattern says the bullish in could still occur, but of course the best entry would have been here. Okay, so but the target for the bullish in is always minus 0.25, so that could still happen. Market structure has not really broken, so it didn't close above. So it's here is it still valid for the long, but it's nothing too clear to trade off in my opinion. So I wouldn't be touching this one for now unless we sweep the lows here. So that is an interesting region. You see those equal highs, equal lows here. That's most likely where it is going to attract towards. Let's have a check on the 4-hourly. This fair value gap here did close. So yeah, this one did close. We took out equal highs. So I could potentially see this, but that's on the 4-hourly time frame. So you gotta go onto a lower time frame, but this would be the target here, lower. And on the lower time frame, I cannot see anything. On the 30-minute, we did flip this one over here. So you could potentially try this short. It's not the best setup. You have those, you see all those highs here, really clean. I think it will just push through that instead of dropping already. So maybe push through and then flip down. That would be an interesting short for lower. So have a look here at the fair value gap. It's trying to push through. If it can push through and then make a pattern as well, a setup. So it's still 1 hour till this candle closes. So you gotta think for yourself now, will this target hit? Or will it reject back under? So that's a bit of the problem that I have with this fair value gap on the 2-hourly. Maybe gold. So the daily pattern, left shoulder, hit, right shoulder. And then we have the bullish in. So I'm actually kind of thinking that this one will reach minus 0.25. So my bias would be bullish here. We did close below this fair value gap, but we are already flipping that one. That would basically be bullish on gold. We have the fair value gap here. And if that one flips, we are targeting this high. So 4 hourly, that's 1 p.m. So that's also some time till we hit 1 p.m. But we might want to look on a lower time frame for a drop back down and then the flip of a fair value gap too, if we do target that liquidity level. So let's just keep an eye on the 1 minute and the 2 minute, kind of looking for something like this, and then we pop right through the liquidity zone that I'm looking for. Bitcoin, I have not been looking at Bitcoin. What can I say? Cannot say much about this one. Okay. I do want to long this one. I've been looking for this one all the time since yesterday, and just think that this one will pop really high soon. But it's just a blind entry right now. So where does this fair value gap come from? Okay, yeah, it's from the 2 hourly. I think that this one will just be heading for those equal heights here, and at least this liquidity. So it would be, yeah, it is bullish in my opinion. You hit the 4 hourly and then right now it's just popping. But to get an entry right now, that's the difficult part. You either go blind entry with a stop loss below this fair value gap here, but that's quite a bit of risk that you're taking on. Okay, so I'm really focused on this fair value gap and the 1 hourly here. But yeah, I do think that we should long this. Potentially like this. Really waiting for the 2 hourly to flip. Just overall bullish on the higher time frame for this one. But to get that entry, we would like a close above here. Is it not working? I think it works though. Yeah. All right. I'm just really focused on the NZD Canadian pairs, and I think I just want to blindly enter. Here you have that setup. But it's really hard to find entries. Yeah, it's already moving right now, so I am bullish on that one, so it's just difficult to get that entry right because you need that flip of the 2 hourly, which is still 45 minutes, 40 minutes. It's blind long towards this zone. You can definitely enter. Target 1 and then target 2, and then it could just pop very high, in my opinion. Just based off of this, I would say that it is a bit of a gamble because the pattern is not, the setup is not finished. But if you take it like this, target price 1 is it's just way, it's close, so it's not really worth it unless it does pop higher. So I'm not really sure if I will take that one, but it is something that we should look up. And this is your daily level, your daily resistance, which is basically a lot of wicks, so that it will pass this instantly. It will reject this first. We still have a lot of other things that could happen for a swing trade as well. If we pop through, we come back for a left shoulder, a hit, and a right shoulder. It might just pop higher and then come back for a bullish in. So a lot of things that might happen here for this chart, in my opinion. Yeah, gold's not giving me the entry. Australian dollar Canadian is also something that's on my mind still. It's a bit the same as Canadian, as a NZD. But really difficult charts to trade to get that entry. Mm. So here it also took out the equal lows here. Flipped this fair value gaps, but your target is already, that's already your target. So target price 1 has hit right now. So here you got a little short. Once it closed here, looking for a silver long as well, but that's not really giving me a setup. But will most likely go towards the high here. I'm not really seeing much setups at the moment. except for this one, but then I need an entry on a lower time frame too. Like this if it closes for the 1 minute, but yeah, first target would be here. Could be a potential long scalp. But yeah, is it worth it? I kind of think so, because I do really want to see it higher. Just blasting through towards liquidity. That's really the only chart that is a bit clear on the higher time frames. Other charts are quite difficult to say. You gotta wait for a close above. Might just scalp it, but we need to wait. And if it goes a bit lower, it would be better to long it around the 2 hourly fair value gap that we need to flip on the 2 hourly. So we have a half an hour for that. So I am expecting this. So here I'm looking for a bit lower to tap or to take out this low and then for a potential bounce. Not that interested now. So NQ here on the 3-minute. But I think that we shouldn't long this because we are very close towards the equal lows. So I would rather grab this and then move higher. So I don't really think that this should be longed if this fair value gap flips. Okay, so nothing here. See all those wicks, that's why it's having some trouble here. No close. But yeah, could push. But then no setup as well, just very bad. Okay, so maybe here we could be looking for this long. Yeah, this might be come along here. So first target is right here though, so it's not the best one. So if this closes, you're actually targeting the first swing high, which is here, but I'm bullish biased. It's not the best setup. There are setups way cleaner than this, so but it has potential if it closes like this to just pop higher. But you're already reaching some liquidity here again, so yeah, you do have the setup here, but the first target is here, and then you have the problem that it can flip down again. But it's a setup for sure. Look, so normally here it could definitely just go back down, but maybe Okay, so it does work right now. So if you're in, you take half your profit right here. And then you're looking for higher, of course. But yeah, if you're trading it like me, then this is actually TP1, TP2, TP3. I'm not sure if that will hit, so it's not the best RR. Definitely not. But I am bullish, biased on the higher time frames. So oil, the reason that it's bouncing is because I've already told you liquidity wicks. So wicks are liquidity. That's a way, that's a region where it can bounce. And now you're stumbling upon that first daily fair value gap. So if it flips that one, you're looking for the next gap, and then so on, and you're looking for the equal highs up top here. So that's a possibility if this daily fair value gap does get flipped, but I'm not really sure if that will happen. So daily fair value gap. What does the daily say? The daily says that we did break market structure here. That's your swing low. So we are below that, so that's not really bullish. And then you go on to the higher time frames. You have the 2 hourly, and that's your first fair value gap here. So that needs to hold. If that flips, you're looking for liquidity down here, but I'm not really seeing a trade. We see why this is TP1. So if you're in this trade, right now you should be having your stop around here, around your entry. Sometimes it will take you out and then still go, but that's just how I trade this. We have 20 minutes left till the 2 hourly closes above that one, but we're already hitting some liquidity. It's again not the best price action, in my opinion. I say the only tradable pairs right now is the NZD Canadian and Australian dollar Canadian. I've been looking at those since yesterday and this morning as well, and my analysis was correct that we would go higher since yesterday. So I was looking here Monday. So the direction is very good. The trades are a bit difficult because it's not that clean. But yeah, that's what you should be looking for entries. And that's what I'm seeking, but I'm not really finding anyone here. The fair value gap here tapped into some liquidity. I wouldn't trade it, but I'm still targeting lower potentially. And the reason why, because we do have those equal lows here. And then we have equal highs here. So eventually, if it grabs this, would be nice to just flip it back higher. I wouldn't necessarily short it right now. But once we do close below this 4 hourly, then we will most likely go towards this zone, both of these. So that means we still have some time. There we go. So you see how it works. Bias is very important though. But then you have the singular fair value gap. It closed, and then first target, second target, and then potentially the third target. It depends if you're bullish. Same thing happened here. We closed above here, but then that wasn't the best setup, although my target was here, so target hit for silver. That was the right direction too. Silver, definitely the right analysis. Bitcoin, for the gold chart, but no entry for me. So yeah, yesterday Australian GPY did work out. If you look at the trades that I've placed on my X, I was looking for, so I was long here, around here, but then stopped out just basically during the rollover at 5 p.m. and then I just closed it to go to sleep. And overnight it did work out based upon the 4-hourly fair value gap. So it bounced, and then I was looking for this flip here. It didn't happen, but I wanted to enter right here, and then it flipped, and then the target is obviously swing high, the next swing high. This was a long here. This was a good long on that level. The close beyond this, it's really scarce to find good setups at the moment. Really bad price action. Top would be here. This one kind of has my attention, although we did hit that daily fair value gap. I think it could potentially run. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Yep. So Australian Canadian. Also pushing through, potentially going towards that level. We took out equal lows. On the 4 hourly, On the 8 hourly, sorry, you can see this one flipped. So eventually I'm looking at this target here. Took out the low into the .5 fib from the order block. So target would be up here. But you can see it has some trouble from this previous the previous fair value gap here. But I do think if that one flips too, so if you have an 8 hourly close, so that means at 5 p.m. So tomorrow, if you have an 8 hourly close like this, then I will look for the high right here actually. So I am looking for a run then. So we can potentially seek more longs on this pair, because my bias will be bullish if we close beyond that one. So let's have a look. Right now, I'm really looking for a move higher and then a potential entry. Potentially like this and then the move higher. But at this point, you need to be very calm and not take too many trades, because today and yesterday were very, very bad price action wise. So it's only going to be scalps. So here the stop loss and profit hit, but yeah, it was a nice trade. You long here, you look for TP1, TP2, TP3 didn't hit right now, but it's what we can see right now is the 2 hourly did close above. So I will keep looking for a new long here. We did close above, so I'm looking for that high to be hit. So going all the way to the 1 hour or to the 1 minute chart here. And what can I see? 2 minute charts. Nothing here. Will be difficult. You have one little, I would say this gap in total. This might give you an entry again. But yeah, your target is here, so it wouldn't be, it's not really too clear, but something like this potentially. That would be the setup again, although we have to flip this 1 minute. Other than this, I see equal lows here. So tap back lower and then something like this would be better. As the 2 hourly will act as a support potentially, but right now it's flipping. So you could try this one. Though it would be better to grab liquidity here and then move like this, which is probably more likely if you see it right now. So the reason it doesn't work because you have a gap here and a gap here, so you have two gaps. But I will be looking for a new setup lower around here. Maybe this. Potentially that this one gives a trade in this box here, because I'm still looking for higher as well. Let's see what it does here, because that was your 2-hourly close. So we closed above, although we've hit a box of liquidity. So it didn't really went towards that zone, but I'm still looking for higher. So let's see if we can find a setup to long again. Equal lows here. No setup here. Birch of equal lows here. Let's see. I think that gold will reach higher if we close like this as well. So we have still 3 hours left. This one. Don't really think that's the one to look at. Then you have this one too. Okay, so if this one flips, again, I would like to take that long towards equal highs here. Okay. Well, potentially. Closes above. Okay, so the weekly. Let's go on the monthly here and start. Very choppy. This is an important level though. On the weekly, we had a break in market structure here. Then we took out the equal lows here. We flipped the first fair value gap, so it's seeking liquidity. It was never able to get towards liquidity. So that could mean that we could be looking for a bit higher still. What happened here? Took out the swing low, flipped this one, this fair value gap towards the imbalance. The imbalance act as resistance, but it wasn't able to get towards this liquidity level, which could mean that we can still go a bit higher here. What else can I see? It did close below. That's also a break in market structure for now. We rejected the 796. And right now we have the weekly fair value gap holding on. Overall, nothing too clear, but I would say it's still bearish though, given that it's broke market structure. So NZD back below the 2-hourly fair value gap. Let's see. I'm still interested for higher. But I can see the equal lows here, so that would be nice if we can take those equal lows out. Yeah, that would be best case, something like this, and then the flip. I'm not in this, I'm waiting for the flip. Yeah, it's same price action as yesterday. Yeah, it's really, really calm. I would like to see this price. This one actually, but this is resistance. So I just call it daily level. So I'm still trying, that's probably the only setup that I'm looking at right now, but we need to close and then still something like this. Potentially. So we need to close. 1 minute left. It's not too clean as well. It's like a really small fair value gap. I wouldn't really take it. It's just the gap is too small, but it could work out. But I'm not really too certain of that. I'm not taking this one, but I'm just going to look what it does. It's not really the best setup. It also closed below this fair value gap, if you can see, so that's actually bearish. So not taking this. Not really looking at. I see those equal lows here. And this might be interesting in the future to short this fair value gap maybe. Okay, this one, it's kind of nice. So, yeah. This one flipped too, so you're actually looking for this level. So if this one flips, I might take that long. Do have one open here. Like that maybe, if we can close above. So just going to place an alert here. And if it drops, then I'm looking for a long in here. Something like this. It's because the daily did take some liquidity here. This could be one, but it's not really worth it, I think. Unless we close today beyond this daily fair value gap, then we're looking at this level. So it is possible, but currently you are at a resistance level. So it's not really the best RR to long this. And it's still 10 minutes till this one closes, so you have this. That's bad RR, so it's the range is not good. I would rather long this one then. One is bearish, likely hitting the lows here. Something like this. I'm not going to take it because it's on the 4 hourly. For that one, I had the chance over here. This was my chance. So you see this fair value gap here, and then it closed below. So this was your short here, then your stop loss above the high, and I didn't take it because I wasn't too sure, but you just have to take it. You just have to, if you see this. Then this one is getting inverted as well, but okay, so I don't really see too much, and I've been searching for the last 2 hours, and there's nothing that I could say that would have a high probability of taking. So I will end this stream right now, and I hope that we have a better price action in the afternoon, and I'm looking at tomorrow for a new live stream. But yeah, same thing today as yesterday. Very bad price action, nothing really clean, no continuation at all. So maybe this one for a long towards liquidity, and this fair value gap here, that might be a setup, but that's it, I think. So I will see you tomorrow, guys.